Pushing the foot on the gas, puff, puff, pass. Pushing the foot on the gas, puff, puff, pass. Pushing the foot on the gas, puff, puff, pass.
We're going to I'm gonna talk about the Chicago mother and the 14-year-old child. Please hit that like button. I appreciate that. All right. All right. Let's read the trigger warning. A few days ago in Chicago, a mother and her 14-year-old son were arrested for murder. The 14-year-old got her gun out of the car and shot this man while he was brutally assaulting his mother. So we know the story and we know the update. They actually got off. Let's actually watch this video.
Get the gun. Hey. Get your food. Get your food. If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
Oh. I mean, yo. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's break this down because there's a lot to break down on this. This is really the first time I've watched the video. I've actually ignored the video, not just so I can get a rare take on it. I'm not interested in seeing another. I'm not interested in seeing another black man get killed on camera. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, let's put this first things first. Let's talk about this dude first. Obviously, this guy, something was wrong with this guy, and we don't know exactly what happened. I don't know if he was tweaking. But what it seemed like he was emotional.
Get your food. Who? Get the gun.
Okay, so whatever was going on with this guy, he seemed emotional. Whatever was going on with this guy, he seemed emotional. And this is what the problem with being emotional, man. This is the problem with being emotional is you get into your feelings, and unfortunately, man, we don't when we get into our feelings, we don't cry, we get mad, and it doesn't matter if you're in tune with your emotions and all this type of dumb crap like that. If you talk about even if you it doesn't even matter if you're even it doesn't even matter if you're a homosexual or not. You still lash out as a man in anger. So unfortunately, when you're too emotional like that and you get any type of emotional, angry, sad, whatever, depressed, you're gonna lash out in anger. You're not gonna cry it out or whatever. You're not gonna just cry it out. You're gonna lash out in anger. And so whatever was going on with this guy, I've seen different rumors. They say he was on drugs. They said that he might have been gay. They said he might have had a gay love and got found out or something. Whatever was going on with this guy, he was emotional. This guy was emotional. So whatever was going on with this guy, whatever was happening, dealing with this mono woman was pissing him off. He just got to a boiling point. Whatever was going on with his day, because it wasn't just her. He probably had a terrible week, terrible day, whatever was going on. This was just the boiling point. This is why being emotional as a man is a problem. You get to a point where everything is going wrong in your life, because as a man, things are gonna go wrong in your life. You're gonna get to the point where things are gonna go wrong in your life. You get too emotional, you cry about everything, you're mad about everything, whatever. The wrong person gonna come around and you're gonna just lash out. There's gonna be that one day where you're gonna just, like the Joker, that one bad day, you're gonna lash out. And unfortunately, this is what this woman had to deal with. And unfortunately, he got what was coming to him. When you as a man are attacking people, putting your hands on people, not just women, on people, you must expect retaliation. Unfortunately, we've had different circumstances in the past few weeks where men are getting taken out, whatever reason, mental illness, whatever reason you want to say, they're getting taken out. And unfortunately, it's justified because they're the antagonizers. Now, or the attackers, I should say, not the antagonizers, the attackers. They're the ones that commence the attack first. They put their hands on the person on the person first, and they were retaliated against. So people were protecting themselves at that point. So in this instance, this is where this 14-year-old boy was protecting the mother. With that being said, this is why we tell women to be feminine. This is why we tell women you got to be feminine, because we don't know if her being feminine and not telling her to shut up would have stopped this dude from laying hands. Because watch why later in the video, he does tell her, if you say one more word, I'm gonna put my hands on you.
Hey. Get your food. Get your food. If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
He warned her. Now, if she would have been like, okay, get my food, I'm out of here. And this is not, and honestly, this is not even just to women being feminine. Obviously, her femininity would have helped in the situation. But this is to anyone dealing with a situation like this, where somebody's being aggressive to you. And they telling you, yo, if you don't leave, I'm gonna put my hands on you. You get out of there. Man, women, I don't care. You get out of there. You shut up. There's no point in arguing with somebody who is willing to put their hands on you. There's no point. I don't care if you got a gun or not. They would have saved a lot of trouble. They would have not have been arrested. They would not have been on the news if all she did was take her bag of food and leave.
Oh my grandma, say one more thing when I you out.
All she had to do was be quiet. Unfortunately, she didn't be quiet. Now, that's not justifying him putting his hands on her at all. He should not put his hands on her at all.
Say one more thing when I you out.
It doesn't justify him putting his hands on her at not one single bit. However, if somebody's is talking to you reckless, the best thing you should be the only thing you should be doing is ignoring them and walking away. And men know this. That's why we don't talk reckless to each other unless we're willing to take each other's life. That's how it is. Unfortunately, modern women think they can speak and think they can just say whatever and no repercussions will happen. Now, fortunately, he didn't. Fortunately, the single mother was protected by the 14-year-old son. But what happened to someone there? What would happen to someone there? She would have got knocked out. Maybe he would have took her life, and all she would have done would have been done was be quiet. But I'm saying this for everybody, not just from women, but for men as well. If some man is acting like this in front of you and acting like this towards you, you just get your stuff and get out of there. Walk away. Leave. Run. I'll give you an example from my personal experience. We used to live in LA, there was a guy, I was in Santa Monica, there was a guy that came right in front of me, a white dude too. I think he was mentally ill. He said he kills N-words. He said he kills Negroes to my face randomly. I wasn't even talking to him. I didn't even say nothing to him. He said he kills Negroes. I just said, "Oh, okay." Laughed. I laughed. Grabbed my stuff, grabbed what I was buying, bought my stuff, and got out of there because I knew it could go one out of three ways: either he kill me, I kill him, or we don't kill each other, but we both go to jail. Either way, our lives are over. Our lives are over. And I'm not trying to deal with that stuff. And unfortunately, everybody want to be antagonistic and want to fight each other these days instead of learning how to de-escalate a situation. Instead of learning how to de-escalate a situation, everybody want to fight. If you're a real fighter, real fighters know that you got to do everything to de-escalate the situation because you can end up taking somebody's life away. Let's watch it one more time.
Get your food. Who? Get the cop? Who? Nay. Get your food. Get your food. If you say one more thing, I'm going to knock you out. Oh, my God. I say one more thing, I'm going to knock you out. Oh, say one more thing, I'm going to knock you out. Oh,
I mean, you got to learn how to de-escalate a situation, people. Unfortunately, a man's life was taken away. I'm not saying he deserved it, but he got what was coming to him because, I mean, when you attack somebody, you gotta expect retaliation. It is what it is. I'm sorry that had to happen, but it happened. The problem is, now this 14-year-old, I don't know if he has to deal with mental issues, retaliation from the family members. This is a crazy thing. All right.